Hi, I'm Sita and welcome to the Bendable Body Method. We have a fabulous ebook and video tutorial for you. It's divided into 5 sections. The first section in the ebook has to do with the method of resistance stretching. We teach you what we call the 4 pillars of a stretch, and we're going to encourage you to thoroughly go through that section and learn those 4 pillars so that you can be sure that you're stretching correctly, because this is very different from traditional stretching or yoga or other forms of stretching you maybe have done in the past. The key being the resistance. That's what's going to allow you to restructure that unhealthy fascia that's accumulated at a cellular level that's causing the pain in your body, the injury, the instability, any kind of muscle weakness. So it's essential that you learn how to resist the stretch so that you can change that fascia and start feeling amazing. Then we go into each of the 4 areas that we're focusing on, the 4 common forms of joint pain. We've got neck and shoulders, low back, knees, and hips. You can certainly focus on one area that you may have an issue with, but we encourage you to do all of the stretches, because the more you do for your body, the better it's going to improve everything holistically. We've provided 2 stretches for each of those areas, and we encourage you to try and do both of them. Certainly do the one that you can do if one's more difficult, but if you can graduate to doing both of them, that's going to be really great because they cover different aspects of the muscle. So enjoy, get started. Certainly reach out to John and I if you have any questions. We're here from you, and we just really like to see you get some amazing results.
We're going to show you 2 stretches. They're both associated with neck and shoulders. It's associated also with the large intestine muscle group. So the first one, the basic standing shoulder stretch, we'll do one arm at a time. So I'm going to put my right arm, let's put our right arm up about the height of our shoulder. Okay, we're stretching this muscle group right in here. Grab your elbow. Elbow is going to move back, but your hand's going to overcome the resistance. Continue to resist, 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 resist. Then let it go and come back to the start. So we'll do about 8 or 10 reps on each side. Resist, 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 and then let it go. And let's have a comfortable stance in our knees. So you might want to bend your knees a little bit to relax your pelvis. Resist, 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 let it go. You want to relax your hand and your wrist. And we're pulling our arm towards center, and then we're relaxing on the way back. So we don't want the torso moving side to side. Let's keep a nice quiet torso. Let it go. Let it go. This stretch will improve the health of your large intestine. It'll help with movement and pain in your shoulder joint and in your neck. Let's do a couple more. Breathing in and out through your nose. Stay with it. Stay with it. Okay. Okay. Shake it out, and then just check it out and see what you notice between the 2 sides. Might feel a little looser. Okay, now let's do the other side. Shoulder stretch, large intestine stretch for the left shoulder. Arm at about shoulder height. Grab the elbow. Elbow's moving back continuously, but you're going to let your hand win and let it go. Resist at the start. Continue to resist all the way through your stretch. And then let the resistance go and go back to the start. Relax those knees, pelvis. Stay with the resistance all the way through the stretch. And you might notice that the 2 sides are different in terms of maybe you feel one side more than the other. That's okay. We all have asymmetries. So just stay with it. Stay with it. Let it go. Let it go. Couple more here. You can feel a little bit of a burn maybe in that shoulder. Okay. All right. Shake that out. That feels nice and loose. Neck and shoulders feel a little better. Now, this next stretch, we're going to be kneeling on the floor, and it's the same muscle group, but we want to you want to do a variety of stretches for one muscle group because you get the muscles in different areas. So we'll be on our right knee, left foot in order to stretch our right shoulder. So elbow of the arm you're going to stretch is going to go to the outside of your knee. If that's too much, you can put it on top of your knee or on the outside. You're going to start with your hand facing forward, and then you're going to grab the back of your wrist, and you're resisting this movement and let it go. So the hand of the arm you're stretching is going that way. You're grabbing the back of the wrist and pulling it back for the stretch. Let it go. And then your elbow and your knee are going against each other. Again, breathing in and out through your nose. Stay with it. Stay with that resistance. Again, this is large intestine. Shoulder stretch. Let it go. Stay with it. Let's do a couple more. And when you're doing this little workout on your own, you'll want to do 3 sets to complete your stretching workout. Let it go. Resist in the beginning, resist, resist, resist all the way through. Okay, all right. Shake that out. See how you feel. Check it out. And now let's do the other side. So we'll be on our left knee, up on our right foot. And then we're going to cross over our left elbow on the outside of our right knee, hand facing forward. And then you grab your arm and you're resisting, resisting, resisting while you pull your arm back. And you can keep your legs engaged too. They may want to squeeze together. Start with the arm straight ahead. Resist, resist, resist. And relax on the way back. And then I'm repositioning my elbow as you go through the set because you get a little more flexible and you can get a little better into the position. Right? Going a little further out on the side of the leg each time. Let's do a couple more. All right. Okay. All right. Shake that out. Okay, here are a couple versions of a lateral hamstring stretch to help with low back pain. So the first one we're going to do in the standing position, it's a bladder muscle group that we're going to stretch. It's going to improve the health of our bladder, which also improves the health of our bones. So we're going to use a chair. This is a bladder leg lift. So the target muscle, the back outside of the leg, is what we're going after here. And so we're going to stand on this left leg, right? And we can rest our hands or our forearms down on the seat of a chair. And what you want is your hip above your foot. You don't want to be forward of your foot. You want to be over your foot. So now, this is the start position. There's a gentle bend in your knee. And then as you lift your other leg, the stretch happens right here. Keep your hips level and then bring the leg down. So we're going to do about 8 to 10 of these reps on each leg. You're going to want to do about 3 sets. You can do more repetitions. You can feel the stretch happening right in here. And then you bring the leg back to the start. Breathing in and out through your nose. Getting those hips back. And the straighter the other leg gets on the way back, the longer it gets, the more resistance you're going to get in this leg. So see about straightening that leg and bringing it back. Keeping that right hip down. It's easy to bring your right hip up. Let's do a couple more. It's the bladder stretch, the lateral hamstring. Okay. All right, check it out. Shake the leg out. Just see what you notice. Right, you can feel a little space maybe in the front of your hip and the back of your lower back. And I'll just switch the chair around so you can see me do the right leg. Let's do the right leg now. So we're going to have the right foot down with a little bend in the right leg. We're going to place our hands down. And you want your torso to be somewhat parallel to the ground. Okay? So now let's lift the other leg, and there's the stretch in the right leg. Go back to the start position and bring it up and see if you can straighten that left leg. Let it go. Keep the hips level. So that left hip wants to sort of sink into the ground. Keep those ribs in your body. Get those hips back. The further back those hips are, the better the stretch. Let's do a few more. These are great stretches to do to help with low back pain. Okay. All right. And shake your legs out a little bit. See how you feel. The shoulders feel nice and back. Pelvis nice and open. A little more weight coming down through our feet. All right. This other bladder stretch, we're going to be on the mat. Okay? And you want to hold on to something for balance. We're going to be on the right knee, left leg forward. So this is a fixed leg lunge. Again, the target muscle is the lateral hamstring, so we want to keep a bend in our knee, flex our foot, and turn the leg out a little bit, okay? Pull the heel back. Push the heel down, pull the heel back, because you want to engage this lateral hamstring, and you can feel it with your hand. Keep that resistance coming through your heel. Resist, resist, resist as you fold forward and relax on the way up. Have something nearby to hold on to for balance, because if you find yourself trying to balance, it's hard to create resistance. So hold on to something for balance. You'll be all set there. Pull the heel back, let it go. You want to keep your tailbone tucked a little bit. That helps with resistance. It's the resistance that changes the fascia that gives us the results that we really like, that make us feel good doing these stretches. And as you fold forward, you want to keep your head up, resist, 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 and relax on the way up. Breathing in and out through our nose. Stay with that resistance all the way through the stretch and let it go as you come back to the start. Let's do a couple more. Let's do a couple more. Stay with it. You can vary the speed and the resistance with which you stretch. But you want to stay with the resistance. That keeps you from overstretching. And it gives us the changes that are really important for us to get healthier tissue and healthier organs, okay? All right. All right. All right. Let's switch it up. Shake it out a little bit. Feels really nice, getting more extension on that pelvis on that side, more relaxation in the shoulder, kind of more weight coming down through your foot. Let's do the right leg. The weight coming down through the foot, you can probably feel more weight coming down through the foot we just stretched. That produces a more weight-bearing body, and that's really important for bone density. So when we change the fascia in our body this way, turn your foot out, flex your foot, keep a bend in the knee, be upright at the start, and pull the heel back. Pull the heel back, pull the heel back while you fold forward. Relax on the way up. As the fascia becomes less dense, right, and healthier, your body moves better, it's in better alignment, it's stronger. And the body bears more weight, and that creates more density and healthy bones. So that's really important. Resist, 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 resist. Relax on the way up. So keep the head up a little bit as you fold forward. That's just to create more resistance and steady resistance. Because if you go through a repetition in this stretch and you drop your head, you can feel that it's hard to create the resistance and you lose it there in the lateral hamstring. Let's do a few more. Stay with it. Stay with it. And you'll want to do 3 sets, you know. All right. All right. All right. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Shake those legs out. Feeling nice and loose, stronger. So we have a couple stretches to do now for the health of our knees. The central hamstring, the center back of our legs. It's the brain meridian, so it helps with the health of our brain. So the first one we're going to do, we're going to lie down on our back. So we got a pillow or a bolster we're going to lie down on. We'll get down on the mat. All right. Okay, central hamstring. So we're going to resist and lengthen this muscle group. And we want to keep a flex in our foot, a little bend in our knee, interlock our hands behind our knee, okay? We're going to press our leg into our hands away from our body. And then if you can create a little arch in your low back, like flex your pelvis a little bit, that's helpful. So press the leg away continuously while you pull the leg in. Relax on the way out. So resist, 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 and let it go. And we're going to do about 8 or 10 reps on each leg. Resist, resist. Remember the arch in the low back. Let it go. Spend a moment in the start position, resisting, resisting. Stay with that resistance. We're stretching the central hamstring. It runs along the brain meridian, improves the health of our brain. Stay with it, and it helps with knee pain. So this is a good stretch to do. You'll want to do 3 sets on each leg. Keep a little arch in the low back. And the arch in the low back is to generate more resistance. It's really helpful. And to reduce substitution. Let's do a couple more. Stay with it. Stay with it. Okay. All right, shake that out a little bit. You can move your legs from side to side and feel the difference between the leg we just stretched and the other leg. So now let's do the other leg. So let's get the right leg up in the air. We'll flex our foot, keeping a bend in our knee. And we're going to interlock our hands behind our knee. And then we're going to create the resistance by pressing our leg, pushing our leg away from our body and into our hands. So the arms are straight when you start, and then create that little arch in your low back and keep the resistance while you pull in. Relax on the way out. Stay with it. Stay with that resistance. Remember the arch in the low back is very helpful. Let it go. Stay with it and relax on the way back. Breathing in and out through our nose. So it helps with the health of our knees. It creates space in the joint, which helps with knee pain. Let's do a few more. Resist, resist, let it go. Let it go. Okay. All right. So now, let's roll on over and come up on the mat, and we'll do another brain stretch, okay? So this one we're going to do on one knee. We're going to go back to the left leg. And if you have a chair nearby or your couch or you're near the wall, we're going to hold on to something for balance because it's about the resistance. It's not about keeping your balance. So we're going to bend the knee more to start. So it's almost a 90-degree angle, okay? Remember, this is the target muscle. So we're going to lean forward, pull your heel back, pull your heel back, pull your heel back for the stretch, and then let it go. So you can either do it this way, the way I'm doing with my right hand down on the mat, right? Pull the heel back, keep a little flex in that foot. Or if it's hard to get down, you can hold on to the chair for balance, whichever's more comfortable for you. Resist, 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 resist. Relax as you come back. Stay with it. Stay with the resistance. Breathing in and out through your nose. We're stretching the central hamstring. Spend a moment in that start position, right? In the start position, pulling the heel back, pulling the heel back. Keep that resistance while you go back. Okay. All right. So switch legs right away. I can feel the softness and more cushion in the knee on that side. So you can see that it really does help with the knee. Foot feels a little softer. It also helps with the hip and shoulders on that side too. So now let's do the right leg. So we're going to start in a lunge. And you want to get your knee close to your foot. It doesn't have to be over your foot. Eventually it will get over your foot the more you do. So lean forward to start. Pull the heel back, pull the heel back, pull the heel back while you stretch. Relax as you come forward. You can keep a flex in your front foot. That's very helpful for resistance. Breathing in and out through your nose. And again, if it's hard for you to get all the way down, then just rest your hand on a chair nearby. Let it go. Resist, resist, relax, coming forward. And you can put your hand on your hamstring to feel what's going on. So when you come back, it's kind of relaxed now because we're not resisting. But you pull that heel back and you can feel the contraction, you can feel the resistance, you can feel the muscle lengthening. Let's do a few more. Stay with it, stay with it. All right. Okay. Check it out, shake it out. These two stretches for our medial hamstring and the pancreas muscle group are great for your hip joints and anything going on in your hips, okay? So this first one, we're going to do two legs at once, so we want to create a nice width in our legs, maybe shoulder width, maybe a little wider. Bend in our knees. If you're able to turn your legs in toward each other, that's great. If not, put them in an angle that's comfortable. All right, target muscle is the medial hamstring, the back inside of our legs. So what we're going to do is you can press your hands together above your head because that helps keep the torso quiet and it creates more resistance in the target muscle. So now let's resist. Squeeze our heels together, squeeze those heels together, squeeze those heels together as you fold forward. Let it go. Press those hands together. Now you can focus on the medial hamstring while we're doing this, right? You can focus on the heels squeezing together. That's the resistance. Stay with that as you fold forward. Relax on the way up. Keep these ribs nicely in our body. And we're going to do a set of about 8 or 10 reps. And you'll want to do maybe 3 sets to complete your stretching workout. Going to reposition, get those heels away from each other another inch or 2. Let it go. Squeeze those heels together, press those hands together. Let it go. Let's do a couple more. Stay with it. Stay with it. And if one side's not firing as much as the other, you can just focus a little more on that side or create a little more resistance on that side to get it going. Okay. All right, shake it out. See how you feel. All right, see what you notice. Chest opened up nicely. The hips feel a little more open in the front. Yeah, we stretch the back. That's how that works. Now, another pancreas stretch for the medial hamstring. We're going to do 2 legs at once, a little more challenging. Again, we're going to have a nice wide stance. And what we're going to do is we're going to get our arms on the inside of our thighs, and we're going to grab our shins close down to our ankles. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our head up, squeeze our legs in, push the legs out with our arms, resist, resist, resist as we straighten our legs and lower our head, and then we're going to relax and come back down to the start. So start in a squat, squeeze those legs in, press the legs out with your arms, and as you straighten your legs, drop your head. So we'll do about 8 or 10 of these stretches. Great stretch to improve the health of our pancreas, so the enzyme production in our body will increase. Great for our hip joint. It's also a great stretch for the arches in our feet for plantar fasciitis. So get down nice and low in that squat, squeeze those legs in, press out with those arms, breathing in and out through your nose. Let's keep going, do a couple more. Okay. All right. Check it out. See how you feel.
Great job, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed the stretching and got a lot out of it. I hope you feel clear on how to resistance stretch, the 4 pillars of a stretch, and I hope your body's feeling pretty amazing right now. Keep it up. You can stretch daily, a few times a week, more than once a day. With this method, you really can't overdo. Quantity actually equals quality. However, you're still going to get an amazing result from just doing a little bit, so you really can't go wrong. We have more resources for you. I've included that in the ebook, and I hope that you'll look into those. We have a fabulous membership site with over 200 on-demand videos and weekly live classes and daily access to John and I. We have workshops and training courses, and then local classes and private sessions, all of which we talk about on our website and in the ebook. So we'd love to have you keep stretching with us, but in the meantime, certainly keep doing the stretches that you learned in this tutorial. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook, where we post regularly, and also on YouTube. Thank you for stretching with us.